Hey guys, Dustin here, and before we get started, I do have to admit I am very partial to this topic. As a vet myself, I loved my time in the Army and had a great time working with phenomenal people. But now, for businesses out there, as we rebound and looking to grow and scale your business here in 2021, here's the reasons why I think you should look at vets. So if you're out there scrubbing the job boards for that new talent, there's one thing that's clear is your business will not grow and scale the way you want it to if you don't have the right people on board. You need that right talent. And so I want to give you just 5 reasons why I think you should look at hiring a vet for your business to drive growth and prosperity in 2021 and beyond. But first, if you'd like to hear more content around the war on talent and other business insights, hit like and subscribe and on to the video. All right, so to kick off the 5 reasons why you should hire a veteran, number 1, leadership. So even at a short tenure term for a veteran, call it just say 4 years, they've most likely had some type of leadership role in that time, whether it's managing, a 2-person team or 30 or 50 or even, 150, 250 different soldiers, airmen, Marines, whatever, sometimes across the globe, so that's one of the primary things that you have when hiring a veteran is they have proven leadership experience. Now, the great thing about leaders is you can't really become a true leader unless you're adaptable, unless you're coachable and trainable. And that's one of the first things that you learn as a soldier. Even as just a junior enlisted soldier, you learn to be trained and you learn all the aspects that is of your job, right? The other great thing that I think about, though, when it comes in regards to leadership, though, is that they do a lot with resolving conflict, whether that's an armed conflict in combat, but a lot of times just dealing with the everyday, human interaction with people. It's dealing with different culture backgrounds, different, experiences and everything else. The other thing too is that they have high standards. You see, just to be a soldier is quite a privilege, but to be a great soldier, you have to really overcome different challenges. They have high standards, not just for themselves, but for their organization as a whole. And all while they have a very conscious mind in regards to safety. So when I flew airplanes for the Army, very safety conscious. We didn't do anything without doing a checklist and everything. And so if you're looking for a true leader that will take in the whole scope of everything that is your business, especially the safety side, the diversity, equity, inclusion within your organization, a veteran is a fantastic resource to have spearhead that and actually champion that for you. Reason number 2, performance under pressure. So part of being a veteran is working within some pretty complex and frankly some really challenging times, right? I mean, we think about just in war and combat and everything, that is a lot of pressure. But even just at home, at your home base here in the States, there's a lot of pressure to excel and achieve there as well. I mean, a lot of tasks are put on us, and as the military begins to shift, a lot of times these soldiers have one primary job, but then have additional duties and everything else, and they're being pulled in a lot of different ways. And so they're able to overcome. But they realize the whole time is that it's a selfless role, that they have to be willing to sacrifice their own time and resources and commitment to serve the better whole. So they perform well under pressure, but in a way that is focused on team and always. Now, they stay calm, they stay collected, and frankly, they've probably seen a lot worse than what you're going to put them through in your business. You see, whatever happens, I mean, if the fire alarms go off and everything, you know that they are going to help everybody get out of that building, and they're going to perform in a manner that's going to uphold your standards and keep your people safe at all times. Again, they've probably seen worse than regard to anything else that you can give them. Reason number 3, they're team players and they love teamwork. You see, part of being in the military is that you have to be part of something that is, frankly, a lot bigger than yourself. Yes, you do play a vital role in that, and you do play a part, but being part of the team, when you put on that uniform every day, you are part of something bigger. And I think with today's business moving and shifting a lot towards focusing on the gender pay gap, with focusing on the diversity, equity, inclusion piece and everything else, you know that you're going to have a member on your team that has lived that for the past however many years they've been in the military. Right, so they are in a culture that is already diverse, that is already looking a lot more like the rest of America than is most businesses across the nation. The other thing too is that they are trainable, like we talked about earlier, but they're also really good at taking constructive criticism. When I was in the military, I was in flight school, and I remember, I asked my instructor pilot, "Hey, how did I do today?" He told me, "You did exactly the way you should." And I was like, "That's not good enough. Like, what could I do better? How do I improve and how do I grow?" And then at that point, there was a clear understanding that I only wanted constructive feedback. I wanted things that I was not doing as well that I should be doing better, and things that I could improve on. You see, not just that, but I also learned there within the team that in order for me to make the team better, that I need to grow personally. And that there's actually value in being the number 2 or the number 3 or the number 4 within an organization or a group. I don't need to be that leader if there's already a leader there. I am here to support them. My main job is to provide the best support and increase and improve the situation for the whole group as best I can in my individual role. So there's no problem with me being a number 2 or number 3 as long as I can affect the team in a positive way. Number 4, they're goal focused and oriented. You see, there's a lot of times in the military that you're given a task, take that hill, do this job. And a lot of times that instructions is vague in how to achieve it. They just want the job done in the most safe and effective way as possible. And so part of being a veteran is learning how to, here's the goal, here's the end state. And I'm usually typically allowed to be creative in how I do that. Now, the great thing about this is there's a huge attention to detail because I have so many moving pieces, right? If I'm in combat with other soldiers and everything, I need to know where all my soldiers are at so that I could focus on the overall mission. I need to direct and I need to analyze the situation. I need to do all these different things that are happening outside of my personal being so I could take all that information and focus my attention on those small details to drive the mission forward. Again, the great thing here is that if you're a boss, if you're a manager, if you're a business owner, you can give a veteran, here is a task that I want to achieve, give them the time and resource to do it, and they'll accomplish it because that's how we were trained in the military. Reason number 5, what I'll call the intangibles. You see, I'm sure we've all seen this thing here, the 10 things that require zero talent. And of course, this has been shifted and adjusted depending on, your work title, whether it's sales or whatever the case is, right? But I've always loved this because it shows, being on time, making an effort, having high energy, being passionate about what you do. All these different things require zero talent. But the problem is a lot of times, a lot of our workforce may not have these things. When I bring on talent, it's almost impossible to tell, are they going to have that passion for my business? When you bring on a new talent, a new hire, you're bringing them on with the expectation that they are going to treat your business the way that you want it to be treated. Well, how do you know that's the case? Well, with a veteran, again, they have these intangibles. They've got grit, they've got determination, they have the passion to do things. They are mission focused, they are team members, they have the leadership experience. They have all these things that they could adapt and overcome and train, they're calm under pressure, all these intangible pieces that you need in your organization. Not every business is the same. Your business has different struggles than all the other ones do, and you need someone who could adjust on the fly with these intangibles. Now, the great thing here is that that they've been through a lot and that they can overcome adversity and that they have these intangibles going forward. I'd say probably the last thing that I think it really stands out about the intangibles is the breadth of experience that they have. You see, when I was in the Army, I grew up in California. I went to school in New York. I lived in Arizona. I lived in Savannah. I lived in, Alabama. I lived overseas in Germany. I deployed a couple times, Iraq, Afghanistan, more times than I can count. But with all those different things, those all bring different experiences. And I think not just is it the experiences, but it's the people relationships and how to connect with people. Again, going back to a previous point, and that is that the military is so diverse that I learned so much from the people that I work with, different cultures, different backgrounds, different races, different genders. All those different things all roll up into the experience of a veteran. How many people can you talk to that you can say that really been outside of your, state or really live outside the country for an extended period of time? And the answer is probably not many, probably, right? And so with all these different experiences, that allows them as a veteran to be able to connect with different people on your team or different clients that have different cultures or different backgrounds or different languages, different, beliefs and backgrounds, whatever. And I think that's probably one of the most important things about the intangible, so to speak, is that breadth of experience in regards to how much a veteran has seen, done, and experienced that can then bring those experiences to your business to help it grow. And so to wrap things up here, I was actually listening to a podcast a couple months ago, and there's a guy named Mylett. I don't know him personally, whatever. He was on a podcast, but I liked what he said. But he said this: you get your standards, not your goals. So if your goals is to bring on the best talent, you may not get your goals. But if your standard is bringing on the best talent, that's all you'll accept. That's what you're probably most likely going to achieve. And so if you use that as a framework when you're looking for your next talent, when you're looking for that next new hire to bring your business to the next level, to scale it to where you want it to go, I would consider very strongly to look at veterans as a whole. There's a ton of other things and other reasons why I could have added to the list as far as the reasons why. And there's so much more than we can go into. I really feel that the bottom line is this. When hiring your next talent, make sure that they have that leadership experience. Make sure that they can perform under pressure. Make sure that they can work and excel in a team. Make sure they can drive your goals and focus on those and the attention to detail to drive your business forward. And make sure that they have the intangibles, things you can't coach and teach, things that have to come with the person themselves. And as always, best wishes, be awesome, take care. Hey guys, if you love this content about the 5 reasons why you should hire a veteran, love to hear what you have to say down in the comments below. Like and subscribe and check out these other videos we got for you. Take care. Bye-bye.